a learning curve. I mean, it's one of those things where we can only, like I said, we can only get better from here. Just want to say a huge shout out to the guys from the games at Trafford for letting us use their LAN setup, letting us come down. Myself, I travelled all the way from London. Everyone down here has travelled from different places to set up, come and have a good weekend, a good day rather, of Call of Duty, and it certainly has been that. Also, huge shout out to the guys over at Rise for letting us kind of just running the LAN in the first place. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them. All the guys over at HEX as well, finding such an amazing venue that is, like I said, that is games. That is the game LAN down in the Trafford Centre. Like I said, I am going to be solo casting for this game. It is a map like Evac, so it is literally going to be one of those games where it's going to be hard for me to keep on board with the game, just because it's such a close quarters map. There is a lot of close quarter gunfights, and it's very rapid, especially if you. It's a 3 submachine gun map. You're going to see a 3-on-1 split, possibly 1 AR, maybe the HVK or the M8. Kind of depends. It depends on how these teams want to run it. We actually see Profuse actually run 4 submachine guns. They are a team of 4 submachine gun players. It was just Swoid and I believe it was Bradley who was using the ARs for the AR dominant maps. But my personal pick for this map is going to be Profuse. I mean, they're a very good sub-dominant map. Floor's last game actually dropped 48 or 47, if I'm correct, for the L, which is that's kind of heartbreaking for him. I mean, he played so well that game, the team just couldn't pull through in the end. But the dominance coming out of Profuse, I've definitely seen them on this map. They've really impressed me for so far throughout today, especially on a map like Evac. Also Breached. All the submachine gun maps, they really strive off it, just because, like I said, they are a submachine gun reliant team. We see a Pharaoh coming out of Bradley J, the VMP for Virus, VMP for Hickey, and the VMP for Swoid. I called it. It's going to be a 4 submachine gun team of Profuse. On the other side, it's going to be a 3-on-1 split. I'm going to jump on board with Bradley, who's got the Pharaoh out. Try and pick up a few first kills. He actually does find 1, finds 2 before he gets taken down. It's 3 dead for the squad of Profuse. Virus, last alive, trying to pick up a few kills, does find 1. Bradley picks up that player, Floors, who was playing towards that China area. Swoid picks up Grungy. Now it is going to be Profuse in early hold of this hard point, and it's one of those ones. This hard point, especially, I kind of speak for hard point in general. It's always going to be one of those first hills that is heavily contested. You'll never really see a team completely get blown out of the water and hold a full 50 or 60 seconds on the first hard point, other than what we saw today with Rise going up against Riot. They completely dominated them on that first hard point. First Stronghold ended up taking 50 odd seconds, which is pretty much unheard of. But who knows, it can happen. It's Call of Duty, we're at LAN. Anything, like I said, is possible. But heading into this next rotation, it's going to be the red arrows set up as the blue arrows for the squad of Profuse are spawning out. There's going to be one player, number 2 on my screen. It's going to be Bradley J in that red room, as Mitch does go ahead and take him down. But Ironic sitting at 0 and 2 right now. Higgy does pick up 1. Grungy does trade that kill out though, as he's in contention of the hard point. I wasn't for 5 points free. Got the counter UAVs out. I like this strat from Grungy. Popping that counter UAVs obviously allows the pre-firing to come in without the teams knowing where you are. Allows you to push various different angles, and that is a perfect use of the not the specialist, sorry, the score streak that is the counter UAV. And guys, I do apologize about the stream issues. I know there's no game sound. The game sound was out of sync. That is why we did end up turning it off, and there was no point, because it was going to probably hurt you guys' ears more than just listening to me ramble on throughout this game. It was really out of sync, and it was really bad. But we're going to try and fix it, possibly for the finals if we can. Got a few more games coming up on the stream after this before we wrap it up here today down in Manchester. And Ironic, man, really struggling. 0 and 5 right now with that submachine gun. He might look to his squad and say, guys, I'm really struggling. Can I possibly bring out a HVK or something like that to just kind of improve my shot? Because 9 and 6 now, he's having a real tough start to this game. And Bradley going off 9 and 7, really showing up with the Pharaoh. This is the first time I believe I've seen the Pharaoh this weekend, proving that it can compete on LAN. As Hickey, smart awareness here just to lay down behind this blue dumpster as he waits for players to challenge. It's going to be Grungy. Grungy does take him down. Mitch falls off the map though. Bradley J does pick up 1 after taking down Virus as well, his teammate. 30 seconds left of this field hill, and it's one of these money hills pretty much where you can really lock down a lot of time providing you get the right setup. But either squad here has really not got the right setup. Everyone's kind of everywhere. As I bring up this mini map, you can see the red arrows of external opting to rotate as give that final 15 odd seconds to Bradley J, as I think the squad of Profusers kind of realised that and elected to rotate as well. 3 do go down for the squad of Profusers, just up to Bradley J. Off the rotation, does pick up 1 kill eventually on Mitch. Has got Psychosis to work with now. Could use this to his advantage. If he pops this off of top AC, cause a bit of distraction possibly towards the players and bait a few players out, as he's going to fly straight through the top of this glass area, pick up that 1 kill, dip down into the hard point. Can he find a second? Does find a second. Swoid finds Grungy as well. Bradley on a 4-point spree, really starting to heat up. 125 points off of this dart, and right now it's one of those things where Profuse are really starting to heat up, and they're starting to really put their foothold down on this game, starting to heat up. Like I said, 50 points now. The lead for the squad of Profusers. Virus is in the hard point, does get taken down by Mitch after. Hickey picks up a lovely 2-piece before falling to Mitch once again. Mitch picking up a 2-piece of his own after popping kinetic armor. 175 left off that dark. Finds that player, tags him up quite heavily. I do believe that was Brad, who just stays alive there. And if you're Mitch, you've really got to play for your streaks right now. Just don't challenge nothing. And as you say that, the squad of Profuse fly free. It was Bradley J and Swoid. And Swoid's actually elected to pull out that HVK. I mean, he was struggling. It was double negative at 7 and 13. Now pulling out that HVK, giving him a bit more range. Saying, you know what, slow down, Swoid. You're getting a bit too aggressive, and your kills are not helping the squad. You're getting taken down too much. But contested hard point right now as we head into the second half of rotations. Bradley and Hickey in the hill, as I miss a 3-piece from Hickey. Bradley does finally pick up the third player. Hickey wasn't on 3 points, he does get taken down though, however. Ironic now 4 and 15, man, really struggling for the squad. Make it 4 and 16. He is quadruple negative. This is unheard of near enough. Real bad performance coming out of Ironic, and for the squad of External to even be in this, I know you'd be down by 40 points. This is real good on their behalf, because when you've got someone going 4 and 17, man, you would expect to be getting clubbed. And I'm going to flick onto Virus, because Virus is in his cheeky little spot that he's actually showed us earlier off stream. Pops one, pops the kinetic, finds the second, gonna hold this. Don't actually hold the spawns. The spawns actually goes out towards the back of the map, and Virus has got to go huge here. Spots one, going towards the wall run. Does not find him. That was Mitch picking up 1, picking up 2, picking up the third player. Bradley though, 2-piece of his own before Gunji does end up taking him down. Ironic 5 and 19 now, really struggling to find any kills, pre-aiming into this hill. And I think the issue with Ironic here is he's getting a bit too aggressive. He needs to really slow down, pre-aim a little bit more, and try and string together those kills. It's going to be up to Floors in the hill, and Floors and Mitch really the only ones on their team doing anything. 22 and 15, 4 streak, 4 Floors, and then you've got Mitch going 24 and 19 also. Going to stay on board with Floors as we're ticking down into this last 30 seconds of this bottom bar hill to see if he can get any more kills and earn that dart. Yes, he does. 25 points off now for having that lightning strike in his back pocket. Picks up that VMP to try and push out towards this front field hill, as he's going to get tagged up, and just like that, what we saw about a 70 or 80 point lead for Profuse has just been absolutely torn apart from the squad of External after a full 60 hold on that bottom bar hill. And that's exactly what you want for the squad of External. Floors finally does pick up his streaks. Bradley just jumped straight off the map there. Lightning strike, Hellstorm and the dart all in the pocket for Floors. That can come in huge. Floors picks up another one. Can he find the third? No, nearly hits him with the drop shot there. Unfortunately, the 7-point spree does go down. I mean, Bradley right now does get taken out by Floors in that Hellstorm. Virus in the hill. Swoid getting the help from outside. Picks up Ironic. I mean, Ironic 6 and 25. Swoid finds one. Can he find a second? Does find a second. Can he find a third? That was Floors. Picks up yet another 2-piece. 3-point spree. Once again, make it a 4-point spree. The 1 bomb comes in. Dylan Hickey across the map. Bradley picks up yet again another 2-piece. Every time I jump onto one of these players, guys, I really think, I mean, it's one of those things where the squad of Profuse are really rallying the squad of External, and for it to be this close, I have no idea how they're only down by 50 points and even bring it back within 10. Ironic, I know he's kind of trying to play that objective role, sitting at 50 seconds in the hill, really struggling to find some kills, man. 6 and 26. This is absolutely unheard of in a respawn, man. This is, I don't want to say shocking, but he's just really not stepping up. He has played pretty well throughout the whole of the tournament so far. The first time I've really seen him go this highly negative is Grungy does pick up a 2-piece before Bradley does trade his life out. 167 now to 132, currently a 30-point game, as it is going quite frantic here at the HEX LAN. People turning up I can hear the teams to my right and to my left really starting to get the communication going on point. Hilly picks up yet another three-piece, sitting on the 3 points right now, 27 and 26. Just flicking through to see who else is on a point spree. Floors 4 point spree. Every time I flick onto this man, he seems to be on a 2 or 3, a 3 or 4 point spree rather. Has got the scythe to work with. Has had it for a little while now. He's got to try and play for these streaks if he can. Does tag that one player up. Gets help from his squad. Ironic finally picks up another kill. 8 and 29. Really struggling here. Still near enough triple negative. And if you're the squad of External and you're looking at Ironic, you've got to say, come on, man, step up. We need you to step up as much as we can. The heatwave comes in from Swade to no use, though, as Floors once again answers all the questions, picks up the third with the M8, looking to fully streak himself out once again on an 8 point spree, 40 and 19, man. It's one of those things where, I mean, you've got to shut down Floors, man. I know there's trailing, but if it wasn't for Floors, this would be nowhere near a close game. He's really backpacking the squad right now. Yeah, you got Mitch going 30 and 26. But Bradley picking up yet another two-piece, going 32 and 22, 28 and 30 from Hickey. Virus 23 and 22. I mean, I think Virus is kind of struggling without that Vespa. He's played really well with the Vespa so far. It got banned out. Had to opt back to using that more favourable VMP that some players feel. But like I said, he's been doing very well with the Vespa so far this series. And he's going to nearly fall straight off the map. Hits a nice little outside wall run. Actually jumps up straight behind two players. Hits the outside wall run once again. 209 to 172 now. As Mitch comes in with a clutch two-piece. Bradley, though, however, picks him up. And this is perfect trading coming out of the squad of Profuse right now. The dark play does come in from Floors. Somehow Floors is still alive. Does actually take down Sword. No idea how he is actually going to go ahead and get that kill. He literally flew it straight into the pillar and ends up picking that player up. Floors tagging that player up outside towards the wall run. That was Hickey. Floors is dropping 47. No way he's going to get the two-piece. Bradley picking him up. Mitch, however, does trade that kill out. 217 to 190 right now. It is going to go all the way down to these final few hills. And if you ask me, guys, we couldn't have asked for a better hardpoint map between these two guys. Evac, both really good sub-dominant teams. And you got Floors, however, with the M8, man, on what you would like to call a sub-dominant map, just playing it perfectly too. Absolutely peach perfect, as he's currently just one-bombing kids after one-bombing kids. 48 and 23. He is not missing right now. Mitch picks up yet another two-piece. Bradley does go ahead and take down Floors. Grungy and Ironic in the hill. 11 and 34. Can he turn and burn on that player? No! Virus absolutely destroys Ironic. The body shooting does come in as well, I believe, from Virus. I'm not too sure if he actually was to pre-aim that. Ironic does get the return kill. As the Cerberus has come in from Mitch. This is going to be huge to see if they can get the trophy systems down to support it. Ironic finally picks up one. Can he pick up the second? Picks up two. Ironic finally picking up the kills. Can he pick up the third? The lightning strike comes in. Mitch actually does go ahead and take down Floors. A bit of lack of communication there. There's 13 seconds left. This is going to go to the next hard point. The blue arrows of Profuse are trying to rotate rapidly as quick as they can. Virus does lose that gunfight. It is going to be Floors. 241 now to 217. Real huge plays, as it is going to be a head-to-head gunfight over at the next hard point. Swade got to go huge for the squad. Tag that player for his Ironic. Finally starting to heat up. Make it a 5-point spree. Now Floors does trade that kill out as well. 2 point spree. 244 to 219. Floors going absolutely off for the squad. Picking up kills left, right, and center. Pulls out the kills. And 252 external. Profuse choked the map. 219. They had about a 70-odd point lead, but external absolutely turned up. And you got to say, looking at Floors, man, 55 kills to 26. I mean, one of those things you got to kind of, you got to give credit though to Ironic. Yeah, he's an objective player. Got 2 minutes in hill, but still wanted to look at him picking up a few more kills. Guys, I believe we're going to go to a quick commercial break on the stream. We'll be back very, very shortly. Don't go anywhere.